So what's your don't sleep on it?
Well, you know what the don't sleep on it is.
Because I slept on it.
You
but
did. You slept
I
on
didn't
it.
want to sleep on it.
You were tired.
I was tired.
All right, so don't sleep on it. Last night we watched Something in the Dirt.
Something in the dirt.
And so my first question to you, the way we do this, don't sleep on it.
You asked me what
What's your
I think it was about.
understanding
Okay.
of what is Something in the Dirt about?
So my
What is it? What is this movie?
understanding of Something in the Dirt is that there's this guy, he moves into this apartment, he meets this other guy who's been at that apartment complex for a long time, and he offers to like help him move in some furniture that his ex-wife left behind.
Yeah.
And then
It was actually his ex-husband, but it's okay.
oh, ex-husband, whatever. Oh, I didn't get that part. But that's why I slept on that.
Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it.
Anyway, this supernatural thing is happening within the apartment that they decide to make a documentary on. But through this, they are using drugs and alcohol increasingly.
Mhm.
So you don't know, like, I think they're like feeding into their want of something. Like, I feel like it's the fine line between what's happening and them creating disbelief, or not disbelief, creating supernatural things happening because of their excitement and enjoyment of creating this documentary on top of the drug and alcohol use.
Right.
Excessive drug
Yeah,
and alcohol use. So that's my understanding.
All right. You're pretty close, right? I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, Something in the Dirt, it
But
turned...
it's very uniquely shot.
Oh.
It's very, the guys in it
Just
are the people who
Aaron-
directed,
yeah,
wrote
and
it,
starred.
produced it, starred in it.
It's really only two people in the whole movie.
Are really like captivating.
Yeah.
They're really, I mean, the whole movie is very captivating.
Yeah, so I wanted to watch Something in the Dirt because the two guys, Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson, as you mentioned, they're like the masters of what I call like lo-fi sci-fi.
Right.
They're doing the best real world science fiction like of anybody.
For not much money at all.
No.
Like they don't.
And they did the film The Endless
And we love that.
and Resolution.
We like both of those.
And these sort of weird phenomenon, occult type movies. Deals with time and all that stuff. But I felt Something in the Dirt as you were dozing, and I was becoming more enthralled.
And I was so angry at myself for falling asleep because, anyway, doesn't matter.
To me, Something in the Dirt is, you did get the main point about, there's that thing of like the unreliable narrator.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is just like the unreliable narrators.
Right.
But it was really interesting. I think I said to you at some point, this is the perfect 2020s movie because, it dealt with this weird supernatural phenomenon, right?
Mm-hmm.
This crystal ashtray type thing would float
Like there was an
in their room.
aura in the room.
An aura in the room, some weird lights.
That would like create this floating crystal ashtray thing.
And so they wanted to make a documentary about it. But their motives also for making a documentary was the debate about, should we put this on YouTube? And they talk about, we don't understand YouTube. Maybe Netflix would buy this documentary, so we'll make a documentary. And so it's them living this experience, but it's also them filming the documentary, but them recreating scenes to make them more dramatic for the documentary.
Oh, okay.
So you never know what's real and what's not real.
Gotcha.
And you're right. They spend a lot of their time smoking and drinking and just talking with one another, and this idea and sharing all these things that they've read on the internet. Like, oh, I listened to this podcast and they were saying this. I saw this video and they were saying this. I went to this website and I read about this, which is almost every conversation you have with people these days is I
Which is
read
kind of
something on
like
the
a
internet, or I was
common-
listening to this podcast, and right?
Yeah. So that's kind of a commentary on just like where people's minds are at,
The
given their
yeah,
constant use of social media and the internet.
and just the internet
whatever
and how whatever theory you
they
have,
believe, or
you
people
can
believe,
well,
not
you
everybody.
can find the information to validate it.
Right, to validate your beliefs. Yeah.
And this movie, I felt, was
sure.
never heavy-handed in that message. So much mainstream cinema, they like beat you over the head with it, like
Right.
what their message is, what their agenda is.
Yeah.
So many movies, like even The Menu, which we've talked about, just like beats you over the head. There's no subtlety in what that movie is
Right.
trying to say, right?
This one, it doesn't beat you over the head.
No, this one, get you up a little bit on the mic. This one, even the
kinda
own
have to search
characters
for
realize their own sort of contradiction. At one point, one of the characters says, I don't know if this is happening because I want it to happen, or I've believed it to happen, or the stuff I've read on the internet has influenced my vision of this. Because at one point, they're right by the airport, so these airplanes fly right overhead. And at one point, one of the guys says, "You think maybe it's the airplanes that are causing this weird phenomenon?"
Right, yeah.
And the dude's like, No. I like the more crazy.
Like, I don't like that theory.
Yeah, we don't
Or
like
it's
that.
like the airfield is
Yeah.
kind of creating a gravity pull,
So
from
bottom
it.
line, we've talked a lot about it. Something in the Dirt.
Yeah, we have talked too much about it.
It's
It's great.
the movie. If we were doing top 5, bottom 5,
Don't sleep on it.
that might. I want to see it again.
I want to see it again because I slept some on
But-
it. But
Moorhead and Benson, the two guys doing these films, they seem to operate on like just a shoestring budget, a love of making movies, and they're
weird,
making
different
like
things
really thought-provoking films.
for sure. Definitely.
So don't sleep on it.
Mhm.